Welcome to New Strength. I'm Christina Cook-Lee. New Strength is a daily devotional offering hope and encouragement for people who are trying to get and stay free from depression and/or dependency. If you're viewing directly on YouTube, you can read along with me as I speak by clicking the description area below the screen. You'll see that all the words are there for you. And if you're on my blog at newstrength.wordpress.com, of course the words are there for you as well. Thanks for joining me. Our topic is Live and Let Live. The focus is expectations. The scripture is Luke 10:38 through 43, from the New King James Version of the Bible. Now it happened as they went that he entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she approached him and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore tell her to help me." And Jesus answered and said to her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part, which will not be taken away from her." Most interpretations of this scripture deal with the opposing concepts of devotion and service. Many sermons have been delivered about the fact that Mary was at Jesus' feet, listening to what he had to say, while Martha was all caught up in her work. I would like to take a little time to look at another message we can draw from this important scripture. It is an accepted fact that we should not be so consumed with service for the Lord that we don't spend time listening for his voice. What I want to look at in this story is something a little bit more subtle, something I've never heard addressed from any pulpit. What I want to look at is the element in this story that involves expectations. In this life, it is so easy to get caught up in someone else's vision because we want their approval. In many ministries, there's the expectation that you must get in there and serve if you love the Lord. People who are seen doing a lot of outward service are elevated, and those who aren't, can't, or have chosen not to, might begin to feel that they must not be doing enough, or that they're not as spiritual. It is interesting that this story involves two sisters. It could have been just two women, but God's choice was that the story be about two sisters. The picture is painted of a behavior pattern that occurs in a lot of families, but not only in families. The behavior pattern is the natural tendency of one person being made to feel like an outcast because they haven't worked as hard as another, or because they chose to follow a calling that was not like the rest of the family. The thing we have to remember in this life is that God made us all different. If he had wanted us to all be exactly alike, he could have easily created clones instead of human beings. As the infinitely creative one, he gave each of us a unique identity and a beautiful, one-of-a-kind mind, like no one else's. Some people want to make everyone else do things their way, and if they don't, well, they just don't fit in, or maybe they are even excluded. If you are trying to recover from depression or dependency, chances are you have been buried in the guilt of not living up to other people's expectations, or you are dealing with the disappointing reality that other people have not lived up to yours. If you don't learn your own calling and begin to operate comfortably in it, you will go through life constantly trying to live up to other people's expectations and feeling like a failure because you haven't been able to do what someone else thinks you should. God has something special and unique for you, and you don't have to be ashamed of that. If he hasn't revealed what it is yet, you don't have to be ashamed of that either. Don't be tempted to become absorbed in someone else's identity. Ask God to show you your own. Declaration: I release my guilt of not living up to other people's expectations, and I choose to forgive, release, and bless those people who have not lived up to mine. Thanks for taking the time to listen, and be sure to like this segment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the New Strength Devotional channel on YouTube and on WordPress. And then a link will come to you every day in your email with a segment like this. If you're already a subscriber, I'll look forward to meeting with you again tomorrow. My prayer is that you will find new strength day by day and endless blessings. I'm Christina Cook-Lee.